let me show you what journalism looks like. Let me show you what not allowing folks to say there are two sides to a story looks like. George Stephanopoulos, kudos on this one.
Senator Paul, let me begin with a threshold question for you. This election was not stolen. Do you accept that fact?
What I would say is that the debate over whether or not there was fraud should occur. We never had any presentation in court where we actually looked at the evidence. Most of the cases were thrown out for lack of standing, which is a procedural way of not actually hearing the question.
I have to stop you there. No election is perfect, but there were 86 challenges filed by President Trump and his allies in court. All were dismissed. Every state certified the results after investigations, counts, and recounts. The Department of Justice, led by William Barr, said there's no widespread evidence of fraud. Can't you just say the words, this election was not stolen?
What I would suggest is that if we want greater confidence in our elections, and 75% of Republicans agree with me.
Well, 75% of Republicans agree with you because they were fed a big lie by President Trump and his supporters who say the election was stolen. Why can't you say,
well, I think where
President Biden won a legitimate and fair election?
Where you make a mistake is that people coming from the liberal side like you immediately say everything's a lie instead of saying there are two sides to everything. Historically, what would happen is if I said that I thought there was fraud, you would interview someone else who said there wasn't. But now you insert yourself in the middle and say the absolute fact is that everything I'm saying is a lie.
Well, because, Senator, I said what the president said was a lie because he said, hold on a second. He said the election was stolen. This election was not stolen. The results were certified in every single state after counts and recounts.
You're saying there was no fraud and it's all been investigated. That's just not true. So
it's not what I said, sir. I said the Department of Justice found no evidence. Let me finish my point.
You said something that was not true. You say we're all liars. You're just simply saying we're all liars. And
I said it was a lie that the election was stolen.
Premise that you're right and we're wrong.
There is no widespread evidence of election fraud that overturned the results. That was stated as well by the Department of Justice, led by President Trump's Attorney General. In Wisconsin, there were counts and recounts.
Actually, it was never studied. Even that's not true. Even that's not true.
William Barr said that directly.
Barr said that, but there was, yes, he said that, yes, that was a pronouncement. There has been no examination, thorough examination of all the states to see what problems we had and see if they could fix them. Now, let me say, to be clear, I voted to certify the state electors because I think it would be wrong for Congress to overturn that. But at the same time, I'm not willing just to sit here and say, oh, everybody on the Republican side is a liar and there is no fraud, and I won't be cowed by people saying, oh, you're a liar. That's the problem with the media today is they say all Republicans are liars and everything we say is a lie. There are two sides to every story.
There are not two sides to the story. This has been looked at in every single state. The election results were certified in every single state. There are two sides to every story.
George, you're forgetting who you are. You're forgetting who you are as a journalist. If you think there's only one side, you're inserting yourself into the story to say I'm a liar because I want to look at election fraud and I want to look at secretaries of state who illegally changed the voter laws without the permission of their state legislatures. You're inserting yourself into the story. A journalist would hear both sides, and there are two sides to this story.
I'm standing by facts. There are not two sides to fact. I did not say that this was a perfect election. I said the results were certified. I said it was not stolen. It is a lie to say
people are liars. You're saying people.
Oh no, Rand Paul is upset that George Stephanopoulos is not going to allow two sides to a story that doesn't have two sides. 1 + 1 is 2. If one side says 1 + 1 is 3, do we report the side that says 1 + 1 is 3 because we have some sort of a false journalistic standard that says he says, she says? Absolutely not. That is what was wrong with journalism under Donald Trump. They wanted to give both sides, however wrong one side was, equal hearing. And in giving that plausibility, it created a monster. Now, Donald Trump and his posse, yes, they're responsible for that unpatriotic, seditious insurrection. That is true. But they could only amass the people they had because journalism, the old tenets of journalism, where the journalist stays put and he lets one side say their piece and the other side say their piece, and they don't analytically says that side is lying to you people. That is what created this great monster of a group of less educated folk who depend on what they think the fourth estate is supposed to provide them and believe that the things emanating from Donald Trump and the Republican Party, notice I'm not talking about Republicans proper, and the Republican Party, the lies that they're putting out to give plausibility to the bad policies they come up with, that is what journalism left us. But the mainstream media, many of them, are trying to correct for the mistake that they've made. They can't do it 100%. Why? Independent media is still needed badly, but at least they're trying. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.